Hello guys, and welcome back to Fox Report. What a very short rest time we're having this week. We know we had Liverpool this past Thursday, and now just within 24 hours or so, we're going to face West Ham. That will be on Sunday, January 13th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A match, a challenge once again compared to Liverpool, compared to our other games like Brighton, like Tottenham. You know, we don't get a rest here. We don't get a break at all when it comes to playing teams in the Premier League. You know, everybody has their own style. Every single team brings on the challenge, and what we know with West Ham battling for top four, you know, definitely wanting to come into the King Power Stadium, take control of the match and get the 3 points. And us really trying to rebuild back our squad, see what we have left of this season, and just try to get as many points as we can to see how we do looking forward into next season, and hopefully with that chance to once again play in Europe. Now, with performances going into this match against West Ham, we have to look and just appreciate what the squad has given us against Liverpool. Very defensively organized with Wilfred Ndidi in the back. You know, quite surprising. He is not a player who's naturally a defender, but when the times are tough, when we need someone who can play that role, it will be Wilfred Ndidi. Especially with Soyuncu still in the squad, you know, not injured, not really no issues whatsoever about him not playing in the match, but at the point right now what we're seeing is that Wilfred Ndidi plays better than him, and that's quite surprising. Now, with also other things going on with West Ham, we do know with Kurt Zouma and the whole cat kicking situation that has skyrocketed into all different news sources, journals, everything. You know, it's the top headline of news today, and what we know is with David Moyes saying that he will be playing against Leicester. That's just creating much more stir in this whole situation with Kurt Zouma. So definitely with him coming to Leicester City, coming into the King Power Stadium, I'm pretty sure that us Leicester City fans will give him a warm welcoming during the match, as well as him warming up and so on and so forth. So going into just West Ham and what team they have been this season, as well as a team just that really hasn't been beaten by us over, I want to say, 2 years before the pandemic. Because based on our recent results with West Ham, we've lost our past 3 matches, not even draw. We've lost our past 3 matches, and that's quite, really, I did not know that. I thought we had a draw in there or so, but no, we've lost those last 3 games. And just looking at that, since it was before the pandemic, seems like a very, very long time. But going forward now with West Ham, knowing that they've had a very great stint so far in the season, as well as towards the end of last season, we see now they seem to be struggling with the midfield, as well as just trying to attack, trying to finish those plays once they get to the final third of the pitch. And looking at the game that they had last time with Watford, they necessarily weren't taking control of the game. Over playing at home at London Stadium, Watford had much more control of the match. They had more urgency, driving the ball up with their 2 strikers they had. I think it was Joshua King and Dennis up top, and just really urging the defenders from West Ham to play quickly, to give a long ball, try to quick pass, you know, get the ball out of that area. So looking at that, you know, that's technically what we like to do as well, but more so with the players we have at the moment. Patson Daka seems to be the only player that does that, who's a striker. We do have Adam Lookman, Harvey Barnes, you could say, will also be the players who drive and put pressure on the opposition's defense. So going towards how Watford approach West Ham, we have to approach the same way we approach Liverpool, the same way to West Ham as well. And that's by urgency. That's by really wanting to get the ball, do what we need to do, create a play, and just take shots. And just like I said, with the lack of organization in the midfield and up top with West Ham, they seem to be losing the ball more consistently, and that's why Watford pretty much had more control of that match. They did lose. However, as far as possession goes and full control, that's full on with Watford. And this goes to my formation and my starting lineup that I want to see. Of course, we go with the same formation. That is a 4-2-3-1. Last time out, I said I wanted a 4-4-2 against Liverpool, but it seemed as though that Brendan Rodgers prefers this formation. And as far as what he gave us against Liverpool, I think that the starting lineup is perfect. However, I should tweak some changes there in the starting 11, like taking out Mark Albrighton and putting in Harvey Barnes in that right area. That's pretty much the only change. Oh, also with Luke Thomas being on the left wing back. I know last time out I wanted James Justin there and Ricardo Pereira to start at the right. However, just showing what Luke Thomas has given us against Liverpool, definitely we need more of that. We need more of that just focus, urgency, looking, being aware, tracking back. Like, he played great. He definitely showed us that he should play once again in this match against West Ham. So hopefully that same focus, that same ambition, everything from Luke Thomas will be brought on to Sunday's match. So aside from changes being made in the starting 11, only one change compared to last time against Liverpool, and that is for Harvey Barnes taking out Mark Albrighton in the right side. I did mention before how we ideally need Harvey Barnes as well as Adam Lookman, but with that dilemma of who should take over the left wing position, that all goes to Adam Lookman. He's clearly proven that he deserves that position. He works well, much more comfortable taking on players, really creating plays from that area, far more than what we've been seeing with Harvey Barnes. So most certainly he deserves that spot. And with Harvey Barnes looking to see what other positions may suit him better, I think without a doubt we should just try him out on the right side just for once. And the last time he's played on the right side, I think, was back in 2018-2019 season, perhaps, against West Ham over at London Stadium. So if there's any moment to try him out, it would be now, because we are, as I mentioned before, in the phase of just rebuilding the team, seeing really who we're going to be working with as the season ends, going on into the next season. So with that in mind, Harvey Barnes take the right side, Patson Daka up top. I was trying to think whether or not we should perhaps have two strikers up top, obviously change the formation up, but necessarily what Kelechi Iheanacho has been giving us lately, especially against Liverpool, not that much urgency. So I think if there needs to be two players to press up in that front line, it probably would change between Daka and Adam Lookman or Daka and Harvey Barnes. But other than that, I think this starting 11 is quite strong. And with that same urgency, with that same drive and just like ambition, motivation that we've given against Liverpool, going up against West Ham, definitely the same thing. We go on Sunday, will definitely come out with a positive outcome in this match. So just looking forward to seeing what we can do, how we can rebuild this team. I think it's all about just really looking at how we did against Liverpool, looking at how we were well organized, how at chances with James Maddison in the middle, the one, like I said, who would be the main person to start the play, be creative, find the pass, or just drive the ball up. Those instances we need more of. And we saw a lot, or at least most of them, against Liverpool, especially when he was in those tight situations, but found a way out. So great that we've seen that. We know that we do have that ability to create those type of plays. And just knowing with West Ham, like I said, how they have been struggling in the midfield, as well as getting to the final thirds of the attack, they are leaving open space just like Liverpool would. So definitely there will be more chances like that coming to Sunday. And that's where we just have to focus, get the ball up, be smart, and take shots. We did some of that against Liverpool, and that's great, but we need more of that and just really find a different style we can go with. Now, as far as players saying that they're not committed, going over what Brendan Rodgers has been stating about just the commitment of players, we're seeing more so what we're hearing is that Youri Tielemans is supposedly not going to renew his contract. He will be sold in the summer, apparently for £35 million, £40 million, like somewhere around there, a cut price they're saying. But looking more so towards the future of this club and towards coming into next season, it honestly doesn't really hurt as much as it would have hurt last season, last summer, because frankly, he's not showing much to really want him to stay. You know, with what he's been giving us, it's kind of now it's making us think like we need other options. You know, what other options are there that we could get from the summer? And with Brendan Rodgers really trying to pinpoint and see what he could change, that's if he stays as manager. He's looking more so to do another big little buyout in the summertime, bring in more players that could fill those roles and just give them new opportunities and see what we can do with these new signings. That's if we get them. That's if he stays as manager, but that's more so towards the summertime. But looking at the table now with where we are at the moment, we have to look and see, you know, obviously where we stand. It's not more so just thinking about trying to finish top 4. It's just trying to get those positive results, trying to see exactly how we can play, what style works well for us, and just like I said, rebuilding the team. You know, let's just not focus on what the top 4 is, who's going to the top 4, how many points are we away from the top 4. No, none of that really matters at the moment. More so now, it's just Premier League, finishing game by game, seeing how we do, seeing what style works, as well as the Conference League. So with the Conference League, that's more so just trying to get into European football next season. But, you know, it's good to at least get more so working with the style and what will work for us. But aside from that, you know, that is what I pretty much have so far for this pre-match review that will be against West Ham over the King Power Stadium. Please let me know your thoughts, what you think should be done, who should be included in the starting 11, should there be any changes, should we just stick with the same starting 11 that played against Liverpool? Don't just leave it all in the comment section below, and I will be sure to respond to them as soon as I can. But aside from predictions and results, as far as this match goes, I think we could go with perhaps a 1 or 2-0 victory. That's if, like I said, we play the same way we played against Liverpool. Same drive, same organization, same back line. Definitely will do us quite good and give us a positive result. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Yep, so that's all I have. I'll see you next time for the post-match review. Hopefully much more excited because we would get a positive result. But we'll see. Definitely not expecting something spectacular. Also, we have to look and see what we've been doing, just be more realistic on our results. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll see you next time for the post-match review that will be against West Ham. So I'll see you then.